Hosted by Andrew Graham-Dixon, a British art historian, I, Samurai first aired in January of 2006 on BBC 4. At that time, the BBC had not made a documentary about Japanese culture for more than 25 years. Starting in South London, Andrew started out with kendo lessons. Kendo, or way of the sword, is sword fighting with two-handled bamboo swords. After that, they flew to Japan for 2 weeks of filming, starting out in Tokyo, where they met Yoshindo Yoshihara, one of Japan's sword makers, whose family had been making samurai swords for over 200 years. Samurai sword making is a closely guarded secret. The sword master listens to the tone of the fire and folds the metal over and over again to increase the strength of the blade. After Tokyo, cast and crew flew to Kyoto to see artifacts and relics, take part in a tea ceremony, and visit a Zen rock garden at the Temple of the Peaceful Dragon. Last, they stop at the Toei Film Studio to reenact a scene where Andrew, playing the part of a samurai, rescues a damsel in distress. While generally the show is interesting, the BBC description states he visits one of the most stunning gardens ever created, made of nothing but rock and gravel, to understand the soul of these warriors. He gets high on green tea, tipsy with geisha, and tries to buy a samurai sword and armor, only to be told it will cost him 30,000 pounds. I'm not sure how one gets high on green tea.
So I'm dressed like a girl.
Actually, dead person.
I'm dressed like a dead person.
Go ahead.
The samurai held art in the highest regard. They commissioned the world's finest metalsmiths to forge swords and wore ornately designed armor with decorative helmets. They rode horses with brilliantly designed lacquer saddles, stirrups, and woven bridles. And because they risked their lives in battle, these warriors cultivated a consciousness for living life as richly as possible, which led to a deep reverence for the arts and literature. They were also great patrons of the arts, including theater, and famous for their practice of Zen philosophy, calligraphy, and tea ceremony. The tea ceremony became a fundamental part of facilitating political strategy, negotiating alliances, and was often seen as a peaceful way to soothe confrontational situations between families or rivals. The samurai also became great poets, and their philosophical approach to life and death can be found in the practice of death poems, which samurai would write in their final hours. All in all, this isn't a bad show. It's more informative than entertaining. A lot of the information they present is interesting. I would recommend watching this.